This is R.D. Sharma solution, class 11, chapter 32, statistics. Exercise is 32.7. The next question is, the following are some particulars of the distribution of weights of boys and girls in a class. So what the question is given, let me just show it to you here. So we have boys and girls. Number of boys and girls are given, number. So boys are 100 and girls are 50. The mean weight is also given, mean weight. So mean weight is x bar, weight. So let us make it x bar. It's 60 kg and 45 kg. 60 and 45 kg. Then we have variance. So the variance is given, we have to find out the standard deviation. We will find out standard deviation. Basically sigma square is given. 9 and 4 is given. So in the question we have to tell which is more variable. So variance is given. You know that which one of these is higher variance. From this perspective, 9 is higher, 4 is lesser. But when we'll find out the coefficient of variation, you will see what is the difference. It will still be higher, but not that high. So sigma is what? Under root of variance. So under root of 9 is 3, under root 4 is 2. So 3 and 2. So coefficient of variation for boys, coefficient of variance for girls. This is, we have a formula, sigma by x bar, that is standard deviation by mean into 100. So sigma is what? 3 divided by x bar, which is 60 into 100, and here also 2 divided by 45 into 100. So coefficient of variance of boys is 5 and this is girls 4.4. So you see here the coefficient of boys is greater than that of girls. 5 is greater than 4.44. So the distribution of the weights of boys is more variable than that of girls. Whichever is higher is more variable. Question number 7, and this is NCERT question. So I always tell you that if you do R.D. Sharma, this NCERT question are always already included there. So you don't have to worry about NCERT because it's already there. You'll get additional question as well. So the mean and the standard deviation of marks obtained by 50 students of a class in 3 subjects. Mathematics, physics and chemistry are given below. So what is given below? I'll just write it here. So the table is like this. Subject is given. So I'll just write it in short. Subject is maths, physics and chemistry. The mean is, let us write it as x bar. So mean is 42, 32 and 40.9. And then we have standard deviation sigma, which is 12, 15 and 20. So which of these subjects show the highest variability in marks and which show the lowest? Highest and lowest. So coefficient of variation we'll try to find out, because sigma is also known and x bar is also known. So we'll try to find out coefficient of variation of all these 3. So sigma by x bar into 100 we are going to use. Sigma is 12, 42 divided by 42 into 100. And then we have 15 by 32 into 100. Then we have 20 by 40.9 into 100. So what do you get? This is 28.57. Here we have 46.87. Then we have 48.89. Now the highest is chemistry. So the coefficient of variation of chemistry is the greatest. So the variability of marks in chemistry is the highest and mathematics is the lowest. Mathematics is lowest. Question number 8 here. From the data given below, state which group is more variable, G1 or G2. So we have 2 different information here. Marks is given in the continuous frequency distribution and we have 2 separate frequencies. So group G1 is given and group G2 is given. So group G1 we have 9 till again 9, 9, 17, 32, 33, 40, 9, 10, 9. And there is group G, G2. So we have two groups. So same one we will solve and the other also we will solve. Then we'll try to find out the coefficient of variation of both of them. So the first I am taking, that is the first two rows. So first is, this is the flow, that is the tabular form I am writing, and we don't have x here. So how to find out the x here, because this is continuous. So we just add the lower limit and upper limit, divide by 2, 10 plus 20 by 2, 20 plus 30 by 2. Now we'll take the assumed mean and we'll divide it by h. So we call it as u. Assumed mean is 45 we'll take. H we are going to take as 10. You'll just see how this h will work. So x minus a by h, 15 minus 45 by 10. I'll just show you one of them. So 10 plus 20 by 2 is 15. Same for other x also, you have to do the same. So u will be x minus assumed mean by h. So x minus 45 divided by h I am saying it 10. First value is 15. So 15 minus 45 by 10, that is minus 30 by 10, which is going to be minus 3. So this is minus 3. Other also 25 minus 45 by 10, that is going to be minus 2. Now you have to square it, u square. There will be another column for u square. Then you have to multiply f and u, this column and this column, f and u column, and then you have to multiply f. See, f and u is 9 minus 3 is minus 27, 17 into minus 2 is minus 34. Now you have to u square and multiply it with f into u square. So these two columns you have to multiply, f into u square. So this is the two columns, add these, sigma fu and sigma fu square, minus 6 and 342 will come, sigma f will be, this we call it as capital N also. So what do we have? As I told you earlier, that this capital N is 150, assumed mean is 45, fi ui is minus 6, fu whole square is 342, h we took it as 10. Coming to mean, a plus h, a is 45, h is 10, sigma fu is minus 6 divided by capital N is 150, so 44.6. Variance, you have formula like this, we have already seen this. So same thing, h 10, fu square 342, capital N 150, fu, sigma fu minus 6 divided by this 150 whole square. So when you compute it, it is going to come as 227.84. This is your variance. You will take the root and you will get the standard deviation. So root of this variance 227.84 is 15.09. Now coefficient of variation is sigma by x bar into 100. So sigma is what? 15.09 and x bar was 44.6 divided by 40.6 and multiplied by 100. 33.83 will come. Same thing you have to do for the second one also. I hope you will be able to do 10, 20, 30, 25, 43, 15, 7. So you have to again make these two columns. You have to find out x, you have to find out u, that is the assumed mean you have to take. Again 45 is going to come. Only the frequencies are changed. So f into u and f into u square will change. Other things remains the same. So when you compute this, let me tell you the final. I hope you will be able to do yourself, make the same thing. You have to do the same computation x bar and variance you have to find out. So 15.62 standard deviation is going to come, say x bar will be 44.6, and when you divide it, what are you going to get? Is going to be 35.02. So one is 33.83, 35.02. So G2 is more variable. Whichever value is higher, 35 is higher than 33.83. So it is more variable. Now we have question number 9. We have to find out the coefficient of variation here, COV. So question is like this. We have given size in centimeters and number of items. So 10, 15 till 35, 40. So you have 2, 8, 20, 35, 20, 15. So put it in the column. So we cannot directly use it. We have to take this center point, 10 plus 15 by 2, 15 plus 20 by 2, 12.5, 17.5. This way will come. We'll take the central value, which is 22.5. You can also take 27.5. It's up to you. We are taking 22.5. Okay. Now divide, you have to divide it by 5. See, I'll just tell you. One of this will going to take 12.5 minus assume mean is 22.5 and divided by 5. So this is going to be minus 10, and when you divide by 5, it's going to be minus 2. So it's a simplified number. We can deal with this. Okay. This you are going to do for the each and every item here. Each and every element. So let me take again tell you that A 22.5, H is 5. Take U square, multiply F and U square. Then add them. Sigma FU and sigma FU whole square. So this is sigma, this is sigma. This is sigma FIN, this is sigma FU, this is sigma FI UI whole square. Now we'll directly use this in mean. We have already seen in the previous question. X bar is A plus H. A is assumed mean 22.5, H is 5, and sigma FI UI is 108, and capital N is 100. This sum of sigma F basically. So 27.090 will come. Variance formula already we have seen. So just put the value. H is 5, FU square is 266, FU is 108, and capital N, which is sigma F, is 100. 37.34 will come. This is the variance. Now in order to find out the standard deviation, you have to take the under root of 37.34. So sigma by x into 100. This is going to be, the sigma is of course 6.11, and x bar was 27.90, 21.9 will come. This is your coefficient of variation. This is question number 10. So we have to find out the coefficient of variation, but this is not continuous. This is not having any frequency as well. So which is stable? You have to do it for both of these. There are two values, x and y. Separately you have to do, okay? One I am going to tell you. See, this is 35, 54, like this, 35. These are 10 values. So what you have to do is, x is given. You have to first find out the mean of these values, because there is no frequency given, there is no class given. So you just have the data values x or the observations. So add 35 till 49, 35 plus 24 till 49. When you add all of them, then you have to divide it by 480. Divided by the number of elements. So sigma x by n is x bar. Sigma x is 480, which you see here, and divide by n. N is what? 10. 10 elements are here. These are 10. So 480 by 10 is going to be 48. 48 is the mean. Now variance is x minus x bar whole square sigma divided by n. So sigma xi minus x bar whole square by n, this is your formula of a variance. So every value you have to remove this mean from it. What was mean? 48, 48. So 35 minus 48. Then minus 13, 24 minus 48, minus 24. So everything you have to do for each and every element. Now you have to square it. See, this d is square. So you are going to square it. When you square it, you have to add. Sigma is for adding. So 980 is going to come. 980 divided by n. That is 10. So 980 divided by 10 is 98. This is your variance. Now standard deviation is under root of variance. Under root 98 is 9.9. So coefficient of variation is what? Sigma by x into 100. Sigma in this case is 9.9, and x bar we have found out as 48. So 9.9 divided by 48 into 100, and this is going to come as 20.6. Okay. Now same we have to do for the second one. 108, 107 till 101. Same thing you have to do. I hope you will be able to do it. I am saying you have to do it for the y value also. So you have to just make a table, and you have to apply the same formula which I just showed you. For example, I'll just give you an idea. So this is y, which is 108, 107, like this till 101, and then we are going to add them, which is sigma x, and you have to divide by n. 10 is there. So 1050 by 10 is x bar, which is going to come as 105. You have to add all of these, divide by 10, which is x bar. Then you have to take the you have a mean, subtract 105 from each value. For example, this 3 will come. 108 minus 105 is 3. Then you have to take the d square, that is 9 is going to come. You have to do it for each and every element. I hope you got the idea. You have to do it for each and every element. So now d square. Now you have to add this d square because d is nothing but xi minus x bar whole square. Then you have to sum sigma xi minus x bar whole square. So when you do this, when you add this, it's going to come as 4d. Now this 40 is xi minus x bar whole square. You have to divide it by n now. In order to find out variance. Variance is xi minus x bar whole square sigma divided by n. So square sigma is 40 divided by n. So it's going to be 4. Now this 4, this is your variance. Sigma is how? Take the under root of this. 2. Sigma is 2. Coefficient of variation formula you will use. This is going to be sigma by x bar into 100. Sigma is 2. X bar is 105 into 100. So you get 1.9. So 20.6, 1.9, you see the value. Since the coefficient of variation of shares y is smaller than the coefficient of variation for shares x, they are more stable. Why? Which is smaller is stable, which is higher is not very stable, more variable. Y is the most stable. So you have to write y is more stable. So you have to do this, both of these separately, and coefficient of variation for separate values you have to find out. Okay, the addition I have, I just have 10 questions, but some additions have more of them. So the solution is in front of you. Any problem, just let me know, right? So these values are different, but the solution we have already done for all the type of problems. Okay, standard deviation mean for each type of its frequency, discrete or continuous. You have to find out everything you need to know. Okay, this is all about this exercise. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.